Hello, music people! Welcome to part 3 of my video series about creating lead sheets for original music. I'm just going to jump right into it and talk about how to go about adding lyrics to an original melody. This should be a fairly straightforward, but there's a couple tips that I really want to share with you that might be new to you. Of course, what you'll want to do when you're adding lyrics to a melody is you'll want to make it totally clear, which syllable to sing on which note. And thankfully, MuseScore and lots of other software programs make that easy to do. And basically, what I have here is my melody. There's no lyrics on it yet. And the way to get started is to select the first note. Might as well start at the beginning, right? Select the first note, go up at the top and click Add, and you will want to add text, and there's a bunch of different types of text that you can add to your sheet music, and you want to start adding lyrics, and you can see there's even a keyboard shortcut to doing that if you'd like. And then you'll see that there's a cursor right underneath the first note, and you can just start typing. And you'll want to type one syllable at a time, not necessarily one word at a time. Obviously, if a word is just one syllable, then it will be one word at a time. So for example, this song, the first phrase is, I've got a song stuck in my head. So and then I press space, and it goes to the next note automatically. I've got a song stuck. Now I skipped that note because that note is tied. Those two notes are tied together. That means that I'm holding that note for the duration of both of those notes. So I'm not singing a new word or a new syllable on that note. So I just press space again to go to the next note. Got a song stuck in my head. And again, I've got those two notes tied together, so I don't need to add another syllable to that note. And I can just kind of keep going that way all the way through my song. And eventually what you'll get to is this. So, I did this before I recorded the video. Here are all of the lyrics underneath each of the notes. Now, I want to point out a couple things. First of all, notice what I've done here. In the second phrase, the melody goes like that. It goes like this. It goes, it came to me when I rolled out of bed. So in this case, what I did here is I sang, I used two notes, this note and that note. I used two notes to sing the word bed. So, or actually it's a word, it's also just a single syllable. And so that syllable kind of has to stretch out across multiple notes. There's actually two notes, but you see I've tied two eighth notes together just to make it a little easier to read. I actually could have written this as a quarter note, but it's a little easier to read for some people if you tie two eighth notes together. It's kind of up to you. So there's actually four different black dots here that are associated with the word bed. And when you've got a situation like that, the best thing to do is to actually sort of join two parts of the word or the syllable with a hyphen. Okay, and the way that you do that, let me see if I can actually delete this, and then I can show you how to do that. So I'm going to again select that note, click add lyrics. So I type B, and then instead of pressing the space bar, I press the hyphen key. It adds a hyphen, goes to the next note. I actually need to go to this note. You see. Try that again. I want to do hyphen, hyphen. So you actually need to press hyphen, twice as many times as you need to until you get to the note that you want to put the next part of the word or the syllable on. So I had to press the hyphen twice to get to this point. And so, that's how you can do bed. The other area where you would need a hyphen is right here, and I'm just going to shift this so that you can see this a little bit better. Take a look. Around is a two-syllable word. The spacing's kind of weird on that right now. Yeah, there. I'll do that so I can show you more easily. So around is one word, two syllables, and I'm using two different notes to sing it. Obviously, a two-syllable word is going to need at least two different notes. It might be two of the same note, but it'll be two different you know two different black notes on the page, and or more, right? In this case, I've got an E for A, and I've got E for the A part of the word, and I've got an A note for the round syllable, right? And I end up joining those two syllables of one word also with a hyphen. Okay, so there's kind of two different cases where, if you really are wanting to kind of do things properly and follow conventions of writing, lyrics under a melody, you'll use a hyphen in those two instances. Where over here on the word bed, if you are singing more than one note on a single syllable, you'll use a hyphen, and also you'll use a hyphen if you have a word that is more than one syllable. And you can see that I did that on the word gotta, and I've done it with writing, right? There's a hyphen between all of those words. So that's just something to think about. You're also going to notice that, when you initially type in the lyrics, there's going to be times here where they're a little close together, and you'll have a chance. I'm going to suggest you do that later on in the process, but you will have a chance to kind of click and drag and shift things around to kind of give some more space as you see fit. But the first step is to just get the lyrics, the text, written properly, each syllable lined up with each melody note. So that's the next step. Stay tuned for the next video where I go on to the next phase, which is writing out the chord symbols on top. I'll see you then.